Welcome to the Tico Times Yearly Digest, where we bring you up to speed as a new year starts in Costa Rica. "2018 started off with a number of candidates vying to become Costa Rica's next president. The first round of presidential elections took place on February 4th. Fabricio Alvarado, the candidate from Restauración Nacional, won the first round, while Carlos Alvarado and the Partido Acción Ciudadana came in second. The two Alvarados faced off on April 1st, and Carlos Alvarado won the election with 60% of the vote compared to Fabricio Alvarado's 39%. Thanks to the Tico Times, you can relive the moment both parties received news in full 360. It was the first time 360 coverage was used in a Costa Rican presidential election. Soon after that, a controversial social security reform in Nicaragua kicked off nationwide protests that quickly turned into a violent national crisis. The Tico Times was on the ground days after the protests broke out and then partnered with La Prensa in Nicaragua to bring you more coverage from the crisis there. The Nicaraguan crisis also served as a topic for the first episode of our new podcast, the Tico Times Dispatch. In that episode, I talked to former Tico Times reporter and editor of the Nica Times, Tim Rogers. We also followed the ensuing refugee crisis in a three-part series called Fleeing Nicaragua. Protests also consumed a large part of the year in Costa Rica. Public sector unions throughout the country called for a nationwide strike to oppose a proposed tax reform bill. The strike started on September 10th and lasted months. Schools, roads, and other public institutions throughout the country were shut down, and there were episodes of violence. The tax reform eventually passed in December and was signed into law. The strike wasn't officially lifted, but most public sector employees have gone back to work. In November, the Tico Times also launched our Deep Dive series. We kicked that off with a trip to Santa Teresa, where we explore this idyllic beach town and a few of the problems facing it. Stay tuned for our upcoming deep dive on Puerto Viejo and another year of exciting new projects from the Tico Times. Follow us daily at theticotimes.net and watch out for our quarterly print editions. Our December edition is available now. We hope to keep expanding in 2019 thanks to the Tico Times 5% Club. We found out that if only 5% of our readers donated $2 a month, we'd have our costs covered and we could focus all our efforts in providing independent journalism across Costa Rica. Thanks for reading, and as always, stay up to date at ticotimes.net.